Okay, but I hope this works. It keeps cutting me off because I have no storage, but I just deleted like so many videos and photos, but if this doesn't work. Okay, I just want to tell you, I was going to give you a speech about how Poppy disappears from us and we can never get her to stop. You probably know about that. And like at parks. This has been ongoing, happening to me, Paul, Grandma. So today, she's been very active, even though she went to bed at 7 in the morning and I got up at 12:30. Active but mellow. Anyway, she's been playing with her fishing pole lately in the house. And so in the afternoon, she's like, we've been talking all day, like, oh, we'll go to Heritage today. But we should have lunch, and we didn't know the lunch was going to be. So we're kind of like waffling, but she was playing. It didn't seem like a big deal. And then she's like, I want to go fishing. And she takes her fishing pole and goes outside. She has some leeway to go outside, to be on our property or really like on our block. As long as she's aware of cars, she's good about that. I will check on her a lot through the window. And anyway, so Paul and I start having like, not a fight, but like, I was tired. And he was like, well, we can go fishing and then go to Heritage and then get something to eat. And I was like, I'm hungry. I know Poppy's hungry. We have to eat something and then do whatever it is we're going to do. And it can't be fishing and Heritage. It just won't work. And since fishing is the thing that she seems like she really wants to do, let's do that. It's active. Okay. So he's like, okay. But he seemed all like confused. Then I'm sitting there on the couch and all of a sudden he's standing near the door. And I'm like, where is she right now? And he like looks out and she's nowhere to be seen. And I hear him going, Poppy, Poppy. And I kind of just sit there and give him a minute to hopefully find her like in a bush or in some part of the backyard. And I look out the window or the door and he's just like looking, and this is like 5 minutes later. So I grab my car keys and I say to him, I was like, she went down to the beach. So I start driving down toward the beach and I see this cluster of children playing basketball, and I was like, oh, could she be in with them? So I just slow down and I didn't see her with them. And then I go further down and Peter's truck is in front of the house. Peter's the tomato guy, and like Paul and Poppy like have like this thing with Peter, like they will hang out for a long time and he seems really into it, and he gives us a lot of tomatoes and we give him eggs, but I haven't really interacted with him. So I was like, oh, should I knock on Peter's door? And I was like, well, I'll go to the beach, and if she's not down there, maybe I'll do that. So I go down to the beach. It's locked, but sometimes you can get in if the door's open. And I look and down, I don't see her. It's like deserted. I'm like, fuck. So I get back into the car. I pass Peter's, like I kind of just forgot. And then I'm coming up and I see Paul standing in the road. And I feel terrified at first. I'm like, oh my God, like he's just walking all over the neighborhood. Like he's not found her. And then I realize he's standing with that group of kids. And then I look and I see her playing basketball. So the father of those kids comes up to me. Paul comes up to me, to my car, and I'm in the car. And so the father comes up to me. He's like, yeah, like I saw you driving slow down the street and I wondered if you were looking for him, Poppy. And he's like, yeah, that's stressful. I know how that feels. So he's friendly, and Paul, we're all chatting, and then the father walks off, and we take a few moments to discuss this and like let Poppy play a little longer. She looked very happy, and I was like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, you know what? Like, we're the adults, we're her parents. We cannot live in fear of her being mad at us. Like, yes, we're kind and respectful, but there needs to be consequences. There have got to be consequences. And we've been going through this for over a year of, like, you get away from us, that's bad, don't do it. That's not cutting it. So I was like, let's take away the iPad today, rest of today and tonight. And he's like, okay. And then she comes into the car, into the front seat, and we're really calm with her, and I'm like, but Paul's had my back. I'm like, you know, what you did is really bad. Like, you left our property, blah, 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 like, without telling us, and that's not safe for you, and it's really scary for us. So, no more. And she gives me the, like, well, I couldn't help it. I told her I was going fishing. And I was like, you told us you wanted to go fishing. And so you needed to wait for us to be ready. And you could even said, please hurry, or, you know, whatever, if you were feeling impatient. But it wasn't your decision to make. And so I'm like, so you will not have your iPad today or tonight. And she was like, oh man, but I didn't get sunk in. She was just like, I mean, like, not that traumatized, like, not that upset. It'd been like I had said, no coloring books tonight. Like, and Paul is like, are you sure, just for like this first offense to like do such a drastic punishment? He kind of whispers that to me. She's in the back seat now. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, how many times has she disappeared on us, freaked us the fuck out, and been given a lecture? I was like, this is not the first offense. And he's like, okay. I was like, damn, like, she agreed with me. Anyway, so then we go back home. We're all starving. Poppy really wants to saute vegetables tonight and have with pasta, but that's nice. She's been really into cooking. It's positive, but we got McDonald's, okay? I'm having McDonald's like 3 times a month. It's foul. Okay, but and to introduce, like, normalize this to Poppy. Like, hopefully I will be less white trash in Portland. Okay, so he goes, gets the food, and we eat it, and then she's just like hanging around the house. We are at the beach now, Cedar Beach, and there's a playground, and okay, so we did the outing, but she's kind of like hanging around waiting for Paul and I to finish eating and talking, and she's pretty much on the couch reading her highlights magazine, and she didn't go on the computer, but it was weird because, like, before I realized that, I said to Paul, I was like, we have to take away computer too, because what's the difference? She's got all her games, lots of games. She could spend plenty of time. I mean, I guess you and I could be like, I'm using it now, but like, I think it should be turned off. No computer. And the power button is like the same silver as the whole rest of it, and it's in the back, and I really don't think she knows how to power it up and or unpower it. And I was afraid that it would go boom, that sound, like when it's powering up, because she's afraid of that sound, and she would know I was doing something back there. So I was like, so anyway, I had to wait for her to go outside again with Paul to get strapped in the car, and then I turned the computer off, and it makes no sound when it's powering down. Now she tried fishing for like a minute. I mean, it doesn't work. her thing is broken, and that makes me sad. Like, I want her to have a real experience. We were gonna do this like chartered boat thing that has family package deals, and Caroline was gonna pay for it and go. And I think that we could still swing it ourselves. I really want her to have like a real fishing pole and real guidance from a real fisherman and catch a real fish. Like, I think her soul wants that. And like, this is going on a long time, this interest, and it hasn't been fulfilled. Anyway, her fucking thing is broken, so it doesn't work out, and so she winds up going over to I can't make you see it, the playground. And I'm trying to like record for you, and I start hearing her piercing, Cody, come here, Cody, come here. And I call Paul from this car from 100 feet away, and I was like, is that the real Cody? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, did he recognize her? And he was like, no. And she didn't recognize him until Matt said Cody. Like, she didn't get it. And she's been, since then, chasing him around. He doesn't seem to be interested in her. But then all of a sudden they were holding hands and sitting together on a bench. But it's weird. I feel like it's gonna like revive the Cody obsession. They're not really friends, and maybe they could have been friends if we'd stayed friends with their parents. But anyway, I have a feeling my thing's gonna run out. I haven't seen Matt yet. I think Matt's gotten fat, because we saw him walking down the road the other day, and I was like, is that just a hoodie like with lots of things in the pocket, and like, you know, where you might look a little bulky? But no, I think he's got a big gut going on. I kind of want to go see it, but I don't feel like talking to him. Not that I'm one to judge. So, yeah. Consequences. But how's it going to work out when it really hits her, when she really wants it the most? And how is she going to sleep tonight? I mean, it keeps her awake all night, but will she also be restless like an addict? Like, I don't know. We'll read lots of books to her. We'll play with her a lot tonight. The whole drawing thing. Books, drawing. That's all I can think of.